Before I start getting into sharing the tools, I wanted to tell you a story of how I've recently used these tools to overcome my negative mindset. It's just a really good demonstration, and it's not really like a deep, profound episode of my life, but it has really good meaning. And again, it demonstrates these principles. So every year I go on a vacation with my family. We rent a cabin in the woods. My brothers and sisters come, my mom comes, my brothers and sisters-in-law, my nieces, my nephews. Actually, I don't have any nieces, just nephews, but my daughter and my son come, and we play a lot of games. It's it's somewhat fiercely competitive, but always friendly. And so we play yard games, we play board games, but mostly yard games. And one of the games has kind of taken the center stage. Raise your hand if you've ever played Can Jam. You can see some hands. Can Jam. Okay, you got to play Can Jam. It's so awesome. So I'll just explain the game a little bit. Basically, you have two garbage cans. They're just these plastic garbage cans. And you set them about 20 yards apart or so, depending on if you got kids playing, they're closer, or superstar Can Jam champions playing, it's further apart. And so there's just a open top, and then there's a slit on the front of it where you can just barely kind of throw a frisbee through it. So you put these about 20 yards apart, and your partner stands on one end, and then you just throw a frisbee towards your partner. And if you hit the can, you get 2 points. And if your partner knocks it in the can, it's flying kind of to the side and above, and your partner knocks the frisbee and it goes in the can, you get 3 points. And if you get it right through the slit in the front of the can, you just automatically win the game right then and there. And it rarely happens. So I was playing this game. We were playing all weekend. And as I said, it was very competitive. And my brother-in-law, Matt, had kind of made himself the Michael Jordan of our Can Jam experience. Okay. Because anytime you were on his team, you would win. And so we were in the championship, the last game or series of games, and I was on Matt's team. So, I'm expected to win. I wanted to make sure I was a good, teammate for Matt, wanted to do my best. So we start playing. It's best of 7. And we lost the first 2 games. And it was because I just played really terribly. And just kind of a backstory, I was having a lot of other drama going on in my life. So I think my emotional level was like way down here, and that is probably what contributed. But so we're 2 games in, we're 2 games down, and I just checked myself kind of elementally, and I was like, why, where am I lacking? What's my energy like right now? And it was just super obvious that what I needed was that mindset to not give up. I needed perseverance, and that's the metal element. And so I just right away, I started focusing on my lungs, and every breath was breathing in, white light fills my lungs, breathing out, I persevere, I don't give up. And part of it too, I started doing some Qigong. My program's called 3-phase Qigong. And the 3rd phase really helps circulate energy. And there's a lot of leg work involved. So I started doing these kind of lunging Qigong exercises that help bring that lung energy down and circulate it. So the kidneys, they grab your lung qi each time you breathe in. So that's why it's really helpful to breathe to your belly, because the lungs sink into your diaphragm and the kidneys reach up and grab that. So when you're doing the leg work, you're facilitating that action by the kidneys to grab that qi and circulate it. So I was developing the metal element and then circulating it. And so right after that, I was just tuned in. We win the next 2 games. We lose the 3rd game, and I just kept this up. Perseverance. And we won the 6th game. So it was tied 3-3. And the first throw of the last game of the whole trip, it was whoosh, Can Jam. That's what you call it when you just nail it right through the slit. So we won the last game just with 1 throw, and we were victorious. And so obviously, it's not a profound application, but just the principle of it, that I could use this energy, and that I do. You're not usually, if you're playing pickleball with someone or playing a game of chess or checkers or a board game, you don't know what's going on in their mind, but you probably wouldn't assume that they're going to be doing 5 element meditations to boost their perseverance. But that's kind of the name of the game. And that's what I really want to emphasize with this presentation and with this framework, is that we're constantly battling. I mean, I know I'm constantly battling emotions all the time. It's like what life is all about. I'm battling emotions, battling mental states. So the more we can demonstrate a shift in our attitude and understand which direction we need to go, which negative mind states we're battling with, the more the better. I mean, it's something we should be applying all the time.